Working with the Bromley by Bow Children's Centre, Marna has enabled 135 parents to do the course, about a quarter of the parents at the school.
We're delighted with the outcomes so far. The parents themselves have expressed how positive they feel about the relationships they've made between each other. I remember last year one father saying that he'd been coming to the school for quite a while, had never spoken to anyone in the playground, and now knows that he has friends. That's a really important thing.
40-year-old Carly is attending Marna's current course.
In my family, my second daughter is always the person who cares for me. The rest, I care for them.
Wow. Okay.
So whenever she feels down, I want to try to make her happy, and the best thing that she likes is go out for a walk.
What did you do?
Carly moved to London from Somalia in 2002. He has 3 daughters and currently cares for 2 nephews who were both born in Somalia.
The problem that the 2 boys have, they came here as 10-year-old or 9-year-old. They started year 5 when they have never had an education at all, let alone English. It took us 2 years for them to be in a confident way.
Carly's circumstances made him an ideal candidate to attend the course at Marna, but he was initially reluctant to join their latest group.
I was really cautious about it, and then I humbly accepted the invitation to join the course. Somalis tend to be isolative, not to be in the community. I'm the only Somali there, the rest are Bengali. We normally tend not to mix. To be able to be together with them is a good thing.
Our parents are feeding back to us that through that course they're developing very strong relationships with each other and with staff within the school, and that can only lead to improvements.
The Canary Wharf development has brought a business centre to Tower Hamlets, but some areas of the borough remain among the poorest in the country. Many families and communities face serious challenges in their lives. The borough's growing Somali community is one of them. Abdi Hassan runs the Ocean Somali Community Association, or OSCA, a grassroots organisation based in Mile End.
Families who come here, especially with the Somali community, parents don't have the skills and lacking the skills to look after their children and bring them up in this country.
High knees, pick up your knees.
If they weren't here playing football, they'd be out somewhere else.
Fighting, robberies, stuff like that. We're not arrested, but taken home by the police.
We had a few problems with the young ones in the past, which was gang fighting. Some of them were actually involved in drugs and stuff like that.
OSCA is the only organisation to have run the council-funded parenting classes in Somali.
What are these? Yes. And what are they for? Listening. Can we get listening to that? Yeah.
Most parents would have a culture problem. So the main thing and the first thing that they probably would have is not speaking the same language as their kids. The parents have no English at all. And then obviously the culture in the UK. So young people understand the culture, parents are not understanding the culture. So when the parents and the kids are trying to have a conversation and it's like they're from 2 different worlds.
Parents actually want what's best for their kids, and it's lack of understanding, basically.
Oh, you went Pam? Why?
That day, Eid day, remember?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did say I was going to come back to you, didn't I? Okay. I hope it's not too late then. Yeah?
You always like that?
No.
Abdi needs more funding to continue running the parenting classes.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have had a number of strengthening family programs over the years, so they've been very well attended and lots of parents are wanting to come. We're hoping to get that funding, and as soon as that starts, that will be actually a good achievement for us as an organisation.
Cultural differences between the generations is a common issue for ethnic communities in the borough.
This area is mainly Bengali community. I think that the Asian parents, some of them with them young boys, they don't even know what they're doing. They're just stuck in their culture. but the young boys are westernised. So when the boys come out, the parents, the mums, the old mums indoors, they're clueless, they don't know what's going on.
Humayun Kabir has worked in Tower Hamlets for 20 years. He is a key member of the team running the trial parenting project, bringing the course to the Bengali community, the largest ethnic minority in the borough.
The young boys are too modern. Look, catch these girls, they've got their hoods on, but they're swearing and all that. They're just wearing that. That's just a mask, isn't it? Shouting. The hijab's nothing. That's just because they're culture. But the young girls, they want to be like the Muslim girls. They want to wear small tops. They want to be westernised. They don't want to be culturised.
There is a percentage of parents that don't have really clue what their children are up to. That's true. And the aim of our program is to encourage parents to take some responsibility, to empower them. Assalamu alaikum. আশা করি আপনারা সব ভালো আছেন। আপনারা আজকে আমরা 8th session welcome. This program came to UK in 1999. It was introduced by Race Equality Foundation, and when we looked at that, we felt that it gives some answers, it gives some practical help to parents, that is really helping them, it's helping to resolve the issues.
Mother of two Afia is attending Humayun's current course in Mile End.
Tara self-discipline, for example, tara jemon kichu lagi bala ofta tukaiya bar kora.
তখন আপনি একজন মা হিসাবে বা বাপ হিসাবে চিন্তা করতা যে তার যে এনার্জিটা আমি খামো লাগাইতাম পজিটিভলি কিনা।
I came to the course because I have issues with my teenage son. There was a time when he suddenly decided that he hated us. He sort of still does. He hates us. He stopped going to school. He calls me a bitch.
Concerned about Afia's lack of progress with her son, Humayun decides to arrange a meeting with her and her husband Kamal.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম। এখন আপনার মতে বা খোগাছেন কিলা মাথা নিয়ে যায় তারে কিতা করলে তার মাইন্ড আমরা হামাইতাম পারবো, আপনি হামাইতে পারবা কিতা বালা পায়, কিতা করলে আপনার কথা ঠিক কোন বয়ে খেলাধুলার ব্যাপারে চিন্তা করছেন?
ফুটবল হে বালা পায়, হে স্কাই ফুটবল দেখে, তাই তো দেখুন তার লোকে সামটাইমস। আর থিম পার্ক হল যে তার কার্ড বানানি হয়েছে বছর বাক্কা হয়ে জায়গাত লইয়া গেছেন, আর তারা একলাও যাইতো চায় না, বুঝছেন নি? তারা লগর খেয়ে হইলে তারা আরো ইন্টারেস্টেড।
একটা না একটা আমরা ট্রাই করি একটা কোনটা ক্লিক করবো আপনি হয়তো জানলাম না ক্লিক না করা পর্যন্ত। সো এটাই আমরা চাইলে আমাকে যে আপনি তার লগে অ্যাক্টিভিটিস করতে যেটা বালা পায়, যেটা আপনি ম্যানেজ করতে পারবা পারা লইয়া যাবে। প্লিজ দ্যাট হি ইজ সেটলিং ইন স্কুল মাচ বেটার নাও। At some point he refused to go to school. Now at least he is making a whole day, and according to them that's an achievement. But he doesn't listen to them, he doesn't want to talk to them, he swear at them, he's rude to them all the time, and to break that is the challenge.
The course is good and there's lots of interesting things to learn and there's lots of things that can be used. It's a tool that I can use to try to improve my situation. It can't keep carrying on like this.
Lots and lots of parents who've come to the course, and after a couple of sessions eventually open up and explain that they feel completely lost in managing the outrageous behaviour of their teen children and they don't know what to do. But once we develop a little bit of confidence in them to deal with it and to know that what they are doing is the right thing, and for them to get the reinforcement from other parents and the facilitators at the course, they become much stronger and more committed themselves to working through the problems.
Hodo is a Somali mother with a teenage son. She recently completed the course at Oscar.
This is something that they feel needs continuing, really. Parents don't really know they can't access support. So if you get into trouble, come forward if it gets too difficult.
She enjoyed it because it's a way for her learning about the schooling system.
Hodo had been looking for a way to help her son, who was having discipline issues at a local secondary school in Stepney Green.
The child was happy at home, but unhappy at school. It's been labelled as the bad boy, and he's always doing something wrong. I've spoke to him, say, what is the problem? She had a meeting with the head teacher. He apologised, recognised some of those were actually unfair to the child. He can go to the class and not dread in the morning saying, oh, I have got that class, I'm not going to go to that class. So he goes to his school and he's absolutely happy here.
The head teacher at Hodo's son's school, Paramjit Bhutta, welcomes parents feeling more empowered to engage in their children's education.
The more they feel that they can demand more rights, be part of more what's going on, I think the more empowered they'll become to start taking decisions in terms of their child's learning.
Often parents from minority communities were not necessarily confident about the way they communicated with teachers and other education professionals, and so the programme very much helps them to look at that.
Before the struggling families, I would not go there, and I wouldn't know how to even approach their school. So it was important for me knowing what are my rights as a parent and what is the school's rights.
Hopefully what we're developing is this little cell of parents, and their strengths, their skills can then be used and support other people who come into that group as well.
No local schools offer the course in Somali, and so Abdi must negotiate with Tom for a share of his limited resources to cater for Somali parents who want to take the course.
Lots of parents are giving a good feedback.
Yeah.
And
okay.
now we've got more parents who come forward, want to take the training.
I suppose two things. One is about the sustainability. We only have funding until 2011,
right.
And then there's no predicting exactly what will happen. Schools do have staff, particularly employed, learning mentors, teaching assistants, whoever it is, to be able to run the course. You don't have that, although you've got a very needy section of the community. That's partly why we've continued funding it. But in the long run, what are your prospects?
Coming up, Abdi finds out if he gets the funding he needs for his Somali parenting courses.
I have to go away and reduce the costs of the programme.
Tracy is making progress, but can she start making a long-term change?
Nothing's changed for me yet, but I've got to make that first step and just hope that I can follow it through.
And we look at some of the social issues making parenting in the borough particularly challenging.
I think the violence is a real issue.